Hi, I just wanted to make a very small announcement before starting this episode, and that is, we're going to have a fan server. It is going to be Project Ozone 3, and there are absolutely no requirements if you want to join. The only thing that you have to do is to go to the description and join my Discord, because the information for the server will be shared there. See you very soon. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 20 of Enigmatica 2 Expert. How are you doing? So finally I decided to make the creative power cell, and I was slightly disappointed because if you look at Wayla, it will tell you that it can only extract 100,000 RF per tick, per side, which is nothing and slightly garbage. So, I'm a visual person, I decided to make a chart. One block high will be 100,000 RF. So if I hook this up to a cryo-stabilized flux duct from one side, this is how much we are producing. If I infuse this 100% and use all 6 sides, it will be 900,000 RF, which is awesome because I increased this one by 9 times. The problem is, this is how much we're consuming, 12 million. I basically ran out of blocks, so this is not an accurate representation, but you get the point, I guess. So I don't know why we had to make this. This is useless. I thought I'd give it another go and try linking some of these power cells together, and maybe we can extract much more RF. Unfortunately, that is not the case, because this guy, which is the creative one, is generating 900,000 RF, but this one is only making 100, so we're making 1 million RF. That's not gonna cut it. I don't know what to do, because I was hoping that I can turn off the nuclear craft reactors that we have over there, as well as our mechanism reactor. That's not gonna happen, I guess. Alright guys, I finally figured out what we should do in order to solve most of our problems. The issue is, it requires me to do a lot more technical stuff, and I don't want to do that because I need a break from technical stuff, and I think you guys also need a break from just working with machines. So, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to work on our magical area, try to make it functional, less ugly, and I don't know, in general, improve this place a little bit. We work on this place for a few minutes, then we go and work on other creative items. See you in a while. First things first, I think we are going to need a pathway from here to our Botania area. And for that, we are going to use TNT, because it's fun to blow things up in Minecraft. One problem that I have with this area is that it's the border between two different biomes. So on the right side we have the steppes, on the left side we have a birch forest. So if I start putting leaves and grasses down, it will look very weird. It already does. So I prefer to have a single biome here, and I'm thinking ocean biome will be very good because the color of the grass is awesome and leaves will look beautiful. So I made a terraformer. We're going to put you here. And then if we right click and put a biome marker inside, it will tell us what it's going to need. So it needs a humidifier and a cooler, and I already made them. So humidifier, cooler. Then we are going to need to put antennas on top like so. Cool. And I know for a fact that a humidifier and a cooler need buckets of water in order to function. So I made fluid tanks. We put one here, we put one here, I made a sink, we put another one here, and then we have to configure the tanks. So you pull, yes, and you also pull. Cool. If we put a bucket inside an Ender IO tank, it will automatically put it inside the cooler or the humidifier we have over there, and then when the bucket gets empty, it can import it back, fill it in, put it back again, so that was easy to automate. Unfortunately, we also have a river here as well as a birch forest, so in order to convert those into ocean, it's going to need a dehumidifier as well, and that requires sand. So I'm guessing everything is fine. We just hook them up to power and increase the range. And it's working. It's very difficult to find where it is working though. So it's working here, but it's very difficult to see. But trust me, it's working. Well, you can already see some changes because the grass color here looks different. A little bit. It's very difficult to see it though. But over time, this will work and it would be lovely. And the best part is, we're getting squids. That's awesome. I have a plan for them. Also, in order to work underwater, there is a ring from Botania which is very useful. Look. It's like a conduit from vanilla Minecraft in, I don't know, 1 point whatever it is. But this is awesome. You don't need to breathe and you have night vision. I think you also swim, but for some reason it's not working. As usual, it's not exactly a work of art or a masterpiece, but it will do. I'm happy with it. It needs much more details and I have to work a little bit on the grasses and, you know, leaves and everything. For now, I want to make a bridge because I need a water crossing and I don't want to make a mainstream bridge like the one we have over there. This is a Botania area and I thought we should use Botania in order to cross the river. At first I thought I should use luminizers, but that's just putting one block here, one block there, and you just fly over. But then I realized we can use the rod of the Bifrost. So if I come here and right click, it will make me a bridge for 30 seconds. But I don't want to do this manually, I want this to be automatic. So we are going to need to use an avatar and we have to find a way to automate it. Alright guys, here's the plan. We are going to need an avatar. An avatar is an item from Botania which can hold some of the rods, including the rod of the Bifrost, which we're going to use, as well as rod of the lands. We're going to demonstrate using rod of the lands. So, if I give him the rod and give him mana, he will start using that rod, which is awesome. We can also stop a mana spreader by using a redstone pulse, so now it's offline. Of course, this guy has a buffer of mana, so it will continue placing blocks. Really? You just ran out? Oh, it's still working. Okay, fine. It's fine. Also, I don't want the avatar to stand in the middle of the bridge when I'm walking, so I think this is a good solution. We can hide him under the grass, which is going to be awesome. Of course, I'm going to fill this in. It's not going to stay like this. I just wanted to show you what I'm going to do. Of course, in hindsight, I should have checked if he keeps the rod. Otherwise, this is not going to work. Oh, he does keep it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. And of course, in order to activate this thing, we are going to use an Ender Overseer, which is also another item from Botania. If you look at it, it will emit a redstone signal. Of course, a mana spreader is turned off when it receives a redstone signal, and we have to invert this. But anyway, it has a huge range, so even if I come here, it's still working. I don't know if you can see it or not. The torch is off, it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. But we have a range of 20 blocks for the Bifrost bridge, so that's more than enough. I can activate it from here, so it's fine. So, on a positive note, my stupid idea works. If I look at the Ender Overseer, the avatar gets into position and he makes the bridge. And if I walk, I fall on the bridge. And I have to walk really slowly because otherwise I will fall down. And then we cross. We look at the Ender Overseer again, he gets replaced by a dirt block, and we can walk away. It's a very stupid way, I know. I could have just flown, you don't have to say it. I know. I thought our next order of business should be to automate the production of living wood, because so far I've been doing it manually. So in this mod pack, instead of putting a log next to a pure daisy and getting living wood, we first have to drop it inside liquid starlight to get infused wood, and then put the infused wood next to a pure daisy in order to get living wood. And therefore, this is the setup that I came up with. So, if we put logs inside this dropper and press this button, it will drop 8 logs into the liquid starlight. They get converted into infused wood, they get picked up by this vacuum chest because it has a filter. they get dropped by this open crate onto the Ronan Carpus, which places it here around the Pure Daisy. They get converted into living wood. After exactly 50 seconds, we will have living wood, and in order to harvest it, we are going to use a golem from Thaumcraft. He will go and harvest it for me. I have a break seal here. If I right click, so the range is exactly around the Pure Daisy, and I also have a filter so that this guy does not pick up the infused wood and only picks up the living wood. Awesome. And also, before I forget, I had to make an infusion altar from Thaumcraft in order to make the break seal, which is here, and I had to do a ton of research. Luckily the instability was negligible, so I could just get away with that. I also had to make a golem factory, supply it with machina, which took some time, but we have a golem. I'm happy. And in order to collect the living wood, we are going to use a vacuum chest and not a golem, because golems are slightly stupid and it will overcomplicate things. I'm also not going to use a hopper hock from Botania because that will be also very complicated. But this looks very ugly. Can I paint you? I think I can. So can we paint you like grass? That's awesome. Yeah, it looks nice. That went well. And I'm of course going to use a timer in order to activate this block every 65 seconds so that we will get living wood. That should give the golem 15 seconds to gather everything, which should be plenty of time, I guess. Yeah, so far it's fine. I'm happy. I had to come to the main base in order to gather some stuff and make some patterns, but I remembered to test something. Someone told me on Discord that if I use a phantom energy face, I can extract unlimited energy from this creative power cell and put it inside the capacitor bank or our induction matrix. The problem is we're not limited by the amount of energy that we can transfer, because we can use a quantum entangler which transfers 25 million RF, or we can use a cryostabilized flux duct which has unlimited transfer rate. We are limited by the amount of energy that this guy can export from each side. Right now, if it is not infused, we are capped at 100,000 RF per side. If I infuse it by 100%, it will be 150,000 RF, and if I use all 6 sides, it will be 900,000 RF. And that's the maximum that this guy can export, and I don't know what to do about it. So if you have any ideas, I'm all ears. Alright guys, in order to make living rock in this mod pack, we are going to need arcane stone instead of regular stone, and arcane stones need V crystals. Any type will do. The best source for getting V crystals is to get wisps. These guys. You can find them in Thaumcraft biomes and it's very difficult to catch them. Come on. So what we're going to have to need is to make another mob farm. So I made another mob duplicator, and if we put the safari net inside, which has wisps inside, it's going to spawn wisps. I have a draconic evolution grinder inside, which will grind them down to crystals. The crystals are picked up by this ender hopper and go inside this phantom face. The phantom face is hooked up to this open crate from Botania. They get dropped on top of this luminizer launcher, get picked up by this luminizer, and in this case by me. And then they follow this route and go to this hungry chest. Then there are filters that some of them will come to this crafter. If we provide it with stone, it will make us arcane stone. And the extra ones go into an ender chest and go to our ME system. Also, the rest of the setup is the same as living wood. So they just get dropped, picked up by Ronan Carpus, and you know, we just need another golem. I forgot about that. You know, the only reason that I built this was to watch the crystals when they are being transferred. This is why I love Botania, it's so cool. You know guys, I just remembered that the main reason that I wanted to work a little bit on our Botania area was to make the Terrasteel armor, because we're going to need it in order to make the Vibrant armor, in order to make the Draconic armor, and fight the Chaos Guardian. I believe we already got the chest plate. I just don't know where I put it. I think we put it inside this chest, yes, because we were playing with our blood magic rituals and a zombie showed up. So we just need the leggings, the boots, and the helmet. Cool. Do you guys remember the day that I was building this mob farm? You were telling me that keep the armor, and I was telling you, nah, we just craft them, it's going to be easy. It's not. I regret my decision, and that was a very stupid decision. I managed to make 11 out of the 12 armor that we're going to need, and the 12th one is going to be chainmail, which apparently I can only get it from an armorer, so I have a villager in a mob imprisonment tool, and we just need some armorers, hopefully with the right trade. I'll be right back. I managed to find one armorer. So what do you do? So apparently when you unlock the trades of this guy, he offers you all of them. So that's going to be easy. I thought it's going to take a very long time. So I think we have everything we are going to need in order to make the Wyvern armor. We have 12 pieces of different types of armor, we have this, and we have the Wyvern core and the energy core. Yeah, we just need to craft it. Yes, the Wyvern helmet. First piece. The chest plate, the Wyvern jeans, and the shoes. Now we just have to upgrade them to Draconic, and you need a ring for the shoes? Okay. This is the first time that I'm going to make this Mantle of the Stars from Astral Sorcery, and apparently you have to make a generic version first and then attune it to a constellation. It doesn't really matter which constellation you use because all of them are acceptable in the recipe for the Draconic armor. I have Mineralis, so I guess it should be okay. We just have to wait for night time. We don't have to wait for night time, I have this thing. Give me a mantle, please. Star metal dust, and where does this one go? Here. Cool. Yes, our first Mantle of the Stars. Good, we need 3 more. Mobs in this game are a pain, so I decided to make a relocation obelisk, and if we provide him with soul vials, he will transfer all the mobs, drop them into pyrotium, and they will burn. Creepers also make a nice explosion. It seems that by sheer luck, my choice of Mineralis was actually good, because these were easy, you just need iron ore. So we should be able to craft you as well. Iron goes here, gold goes here, iron ingot goes there, and where's redstone? Yes, thank you. Yes, our Mantle of the Stars with Mineralis. Awesome. Only thing which remains is the angel ring, and we need a few chickens. That's too many, we need only 4. You know guys, for a mod pack that everything is super expensive, making an elytra is very cheap. 1, 2, 3, 4. As usual, I hope that we have everything we are going to need. So, can you make me a boot? Yes. That's 1.4 billion RF. Welcome to the Draconic Age. So finally we managed to make the Draconic armor, but unfortunately I'm still not able to fight the Chaos Guardian because we need to upgrade this, we need to make the Staff of Power, we need to make the bow, and it's going to take a lot more crafting and preparing stuff. So what I will do is that we're going to wrap up the episode now, and in between episodes I'm going to upgrade my armor and make all of these things that I just said, and hopefully by next time we will have the Chaos Shard and the Creative Tank. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.